Kyle Busch disagrees with Austin Cindric's penalty, plus Chase Briscoe wins his appeal for his Daytona 500 penalty. Welcome back to the Breaking Bob channel. It's nice to be back. Oh man, it's been a long week. I'll explain in the end of the episode with a tribute to a very special friend, but if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Always talking NASCAR on a daily basis, and I promise we're back to regular uploading schedule. We've got a lot to get into. It was a big NASCAR news day, and let's just jump right into it. It's a big day for Chase Briscoe and Joe Gibbs Racing as the team wins their appeal against NASCAR from the Daytona 500 weekend. It's like it never happened, and Briscoe gets his 100 points back, no suspension to crew chief James Small, and the team gets their fine rescinded from NASCAR. So Chase Briscoe says, "It's the biggest points day of my career. We're back." In all seriousness, thank you to NASCAR for giving us the option to show our evidence, and huge thank you to everyone at Joe Gibbs Racing who put in countless hours to put everything together. And absolutely massive for Chase Briscoe as he starts off his Joe Gibbs Racing tenure. It looked like it was going to be strong with a pole, Toyota's first ever Daytona 500 pole. Then it was rescinded after the weekend penalty, and now we're back like it never happened. So Briscoe goes from a abysmal point standing where he had less points than you and me. That's genuinely correct. He was in the negatives. Now he's 15th in the NASCAR playoffs points standing. So right now, if the season ended, Chase Briscoe would be in. All around, just a huge, huge win for Briscoe. And it just shows that there is the appeal process in NASCAR. And now it's starting to become a trend that if you appeal, you're probably going to get at least something back, unless you're Denny Hamlin, of course. And if you're Hendrick Motorsports, not only will they give you the appeal, they'll probably tell you that they were wrong and give you extra points back, just because that's usually how it works. I'm kidding, mostly. On the other side of the coin, though, it was announced from the COTA weekend that NASCAR ruled Austin Cindric did intentionally right rear Ty Dillon, but they will not be suspending him, even though that's been the precedent set. Instead, Cindric was docked 50 points, fined $50,000. NASCAR did say that it was because of the slower speed of the road course and lacked a caution, severe damage, that made it not suspension worthy. So I guess we're just picking and choosing now how bad the right rear hooking is to determine if it's a suspension or not. I think one notable thing to keep in mind is that this year, NASCAR has changed their policy for suspensions to where if that happens, you lose your playoff eligibility if you had already won a race. And even if you get playoff points throughout the season, those points do not carry over. So I guess NASCAR maybe didn't want to set the precedence this early with a moment like that for Austin Cindric, who, with Penske speed this year, could definitely put his way into the playoffs. And, with stage wins here, there, everywhere, those wouldn't translate to the playoffs. So I guess NASCAR didn't want to set the precedence early, although, again, it's a precedence. You've seen it in the past, and drivers, I think, want consistency. Kyle Busch was on Sirius XM and voiced his displeasure with the appeal.
I think intent is intent. I do not agree with the call there. I don't care where it is. It doesn't matter if it's Daytona, Talladega, Martinsville, wherever. There's intent, and it's not his first offense either. So he got off the hook on that one.
So, Kyle, do you feel like there was a distinct line in the sand that if you hook somebody, you were going to be out, and now that line is a little unclear?
Isn't that what we've all talked about forever? Yeah. I mean, I've been guilty of it before, and I've been sat out of it before. So, maybe it's all in who your last name is.
Well, there you go. Kyle Busch, not mincing words by any means. My takeaway is that NASCAR's drivers and fans are on the same page. They want consistency. We're 3 races down, and we've had so many consistency issues, whether it's cautions, racing back to the line, now right rearing someone, whether it's a suspension on. We're 3 races down, and we're already talking about NASCAR as a governing body and their inconsistencies and their rulings. So I think the frustration from Kyle Busch is valid there. Now, whether you want to say, was that action actually necessary for a suspension? Did it warrant it? Well, I don't think so. But again, who am I to play judge and jury saying, well, that right rear wasn't bad enough, but Austin Dillon's was, or Bubba Wallace's was a few years ago? It's a dangerous precedence to set. So I don't think there's an easy answer here. But let me know your thoughts down below. The Austin Cindric penalty plus Chase Briscoe getting his rescinded. Finally, some of you probably noticed that there was a week-long absence in posting, and unfortunately, there was some issues in the house at Breaking Bob. We had to say goodbye to our best friend here in the house, our little BB, and, she was usually my co-host. She usually sits right down below my legs. She does everything with me. Been a tough week, but just wanted to say, if you're watching this and you've got pets, give them a love for Breaking Bob. It's been a tough week, but at the end of the day, we treasure the moments I think that we have had with them. And I've cried enough. I'm not going to cry on camera. If you want that, you're not going to get it here. But, just at the end of the day, make it count. If you've got them, scratch them tonight for us, because you never know when it's going to be the end. But make sure you give them the best life possible. That's what we did. And, at the end of the day, you just can treasure the memories. So hope you enjoyed a little bit of a heart-to-heart from Breaking Bob. Make sure you like this video if you liked what you saw. Of course, subscribe for all the NASCAR commentary. I don't get deep at all, promise. That's all you're getting there. And I'll be back for Phoenix coverage this weekend. We are back to a consistent posting schedule, I promise. So thank you for watching. Be back for more soon.